Hi guys, and welcome back to Afrobeats Unfiltered, episode 12, where we'll be discussing the hottest topics in the world of Afrobeats. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So let me tell you why Stonebwoy should boycott Afro Nation. So for those that don't know, Livingstone Setekla, aka Stonebwoy, is an Afro-pop dancehall artist originating straight out of Ghana, West Africa. He owns his own independent label called Burlington Music Group. He has massive accolades such as a BET Award in 2015 for Best International Act. Also in that year of 2015, he won Artist of the Year at the Ghana Music Awards. He has 2 Billboard plaques. He has a Golden Club plaque from Boomplay for surpassing 100 million streams. And it's not just the accolades. Obviously, we know Stonebwoy flies the flag for Ghana. He's had hit records such as Activate.
You captivate me, you dey calculate me, you dey saturate me. Oh my girl, you activate me, you calculate me.
African party,
African party, 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 party. African party, party, party. For my life, I go chillin'. African party, 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 party. African party, party, party. For my life, I go chillin'. Only pretty girl, them alone. Money in a bag.
Everlasting. Into the Future, which is more current.
Into the future with you. I'm not gonna leave you at the end of the road. Give me your love and you know it's safe. Baby, never listen to what them say. Into the future with you. I'm not gonna leave you at the end of the road. Give me your love and you know it's safe. Baby, never listen to what them say. Me give her something with the sweet and ginger. She never get it mad and see. Cause she come here every man. He say she tired of the mac and cheese. One thing more of the geezer.
Like, we know who Stonebwoy is. The Ghanaian musician with dreads flying the flag for Ghana. His name is out there. Household name. We know who he is. So Stonebwoy has been in the game for, let's say, 10 plus years. Flying the flag, giving us great music. One of the more prominent artists within Ghana, because you know we're lacking in that department compared to our neighbours, Nigeria. But he still holds his own. It was only last year, in 2022, that Stonebwoy signed with a label. He signed with Def Jam, Universal Music. I'm assuming this is probably just a distribution deal because he still has Burlington Music Group. But he signed with them. It was a 3-album deal, and the first album we received was this year in April 2023, and it was called Fifth Dimension. And that album, as I've said in my previous episode, did incredible. That's probably one of his best bodies of work so far. Energy was put into it, great music. He featured the likes of Tiwa Savage, The Daps, Oxlade, Davido, Shaggy, and so much more. It's a beautiful body of work. The promotion put into the album was also 10/10, billboards everywhere. So from that, we can see Stonebwoy is a credible artist. He's not an up-and-comer. He's not a new artist. He's not a small boy, basically. So now let's move on to the organization that is best known for Afro Nation. Afro Nation was created in 2019. It was originally supposed to be a 4-day festival, and the first one was set up in Portugal. It was founded by Obi Asika and Schmade. Now, from the first festival, we've heard the controversies, we've heard the good, we've heard the down. We've heard this festival doesn't refund. It's had bad press and it's had good press. But at the end of the day, people still go to this festival, that they're now able to expand it and create a US version in Ghana. And just most recently, they now have a festival in Lagos, which will take place this December in 2023. Now let's just get on to my point. Afro Nation had this festival in Detroit a couple of months ago. It was their first one. Stonebwoy was meant to be performing at this one, amongst other big names in the Afrobeat scene, as it is an Afrobeats festival. You had Davido, you had Burna Boy, you had P Square, you had Tenny. Like, you had basically the biggest names in the game performing at their first festival in Detroit. Stonebwoy is currently touring the US with his Fifth Dimension album. So him doing this show makes perfect sense. He's already touring the US. He's promoting himself. He's promoting the album. Afro Nation is quite established. Let's marry the two. Let's get it going. Let's make it happen. But everything is great. He's performing at Afro Nation. We don't know the set times as of yet. But then from his account, he says he gets a call and they're telling him that his set time has now been moved to an earlier time. So with shows and festivals, what they will usually do is opening acts will do really early times, get the crowd going for the main act. Bigger, better acts go on at a later time. I'm assuming Stonebwoy was on the biggest, the baddest artist side. Like, he was supposed to be performing later. He's getting a message, email, call, whatever, and they're telling him, we've moved up your set time. The new set time they're now giving him is 3:30. Bearing in mind, the main stage, big act, which was Davido, he's coming on at 9 p.m. First act is on at 2:55, which was an artist called Ebony Riley. So they wanted Stonebwoy, this person that I've just listed his establishments, how credible of an artist he is, how he's been in the game for 10 years. They wanted him to come on right after this new up and coming artist, Ebony Riley, that's just now making noise in the game. They wanted Stonebwoy to perform at 3:25. If we look at the list of who else was supposed to be performing, you had Tenny, Frank English, Masigo, Coyle Ray, P Square, and then Davido. So you're trying to tell me we couldn't fit him in right before P Square, or even just before P Square? Because let's be fair, P Square is huge. Like, they've got all the older hits. But are they current at the moment? Are they relevant? If we're being real and we're looking at this from a music business standpoint, the two artists on that list that have current bodies of works that are out is Davido and Stonebwoy. They've got their labels behind them. They should have been top two. So from my opinion, I feel like Stonebwoy was thinking in his head, I'm not doing this. Yeah? I am not going to be a crowd warmer, an opening act. I've worked in this game too hard. I've got a bad album. I've got a big label backing me. Why am I being opening act at 3:25? Bearing in mind, Stonebwoy has performed at 4 other Afro Nations shows. No problems, no qualms, set times blessed. It's been a good time. That they're friends. So for them to now decide to put him at an earlier time, it's slightly disrespectful. Like, it's slightly disrespectful. It's almost like, do you actually know who I am? Like, we can be cocky, we can be arrogant, but in this respect, Stonebwoy actually deserves that respect. He's not an opening act. The Stonebwoy takes to his Twitter and he says, "Dear my beloved fans, unfortunately, there was an unexpected change in our time at Afro Nation." Basically, he was saying that he can't perform. And basically that the change in set time posed him issues where he couldn't give his best performance. You know, the media trained thing that you have to say when really you want to say, guys, I love you for buying tickets, I love that you was excited to see me, but there was no way in hell I was performing at 3:25 when I've paid my dues in this industry. Like, I'm not a small boy. So not only did this change in set time anger Stonebwoy, it angered his team. His manager said, F the media training. F was right. He went on social media and he said the real reason why Stonebwoy's set time was changed is because there's this ongoing silent war between Nigerians and Ghanaian musicians. There's Nigerian gatekeepers that don't want him to perform. Not even don't want him to perform, don't want him to be the best he can be. This is new territory. This is Detroit. He's already on a US tour. It makes perfect sense for him to have the best set time, knowing the best crowd is going to be there, more people will be there, but you wanted him to perform early when there's probably going to be about like 10 people there. Make it make sense. With Stonebwoy's manager's statement, I don't know how true it is. I don't know if there's Nigerian gatekeepers that don't want us, the Ghanaians, to do well in our industry. I thought we were blessed. I thought we were cool. Bar the little jollof war that we little have, bar the little Ghana must go incident we have, I feel like we always do friendly banter with Nigerians. So for them to not want us to strive in the music industry sounds nuts. But I hear it. At the same time, I do hear it because competition is competition at the end of the day. We have promised to do big things. Like, we're slyly getting there. We've got Black Sheriff, Nigerians love him. We've got Olive the Boy, Nigerians love him. We've got Jackie, Nigerians love her. Like, we're getting there. And for us, Nigeria is almost like our America. Once we break Nigeria, then we're in the bag. We're in there. Once we know Nigerians are listening to our music on that type of level, that we've actually infiltrated their charts, because nobody infiltrates the Nigerian music charts bar Nigerians. So if we're able to do that, it's something. But I think the main thing we should be doing is not really placing too much blame on Nigerians. And we need to take a closer look within ourselves. The Ghanaian music industry is such a it's shambolic. It's generally shambolic. I will never understand how Ghana is one of the most popping countries in December. People are flying out from America, Germany, the UK. People are flying out from all over the world. Celebs are talking about Ghana. Ghana's the new Miami. Ghana's the new Ibiza. We have that much tourism during December, but our Ghana music industry is in shambles. Nobody's investing in the Ghana music industry. Every other day, there's a new lounge, shisha spot, club, restaurant, but it's our music industry that shall suffer.